I generally try to start the session 1 minute before.
Oh, okay.
How
It's a
have
good thing.
how are you doing?
Yes, I'm doing great, sir. Thank you for asking. And how have you been so far?
I have been good. Today I have been busy, a little bit busy since morning.
Okay. With the
Yeah,
section, sir, or household chores?
with the sessions and household chores together, so I have to manage both things. My wife is
Okay.
actually she has gone to her hometown, and I
Maternal.
am maternal
Maidens
house.
home.
And
Okay.
I am alone here, so I have to manage a little bit of the household chores.
I can understand, sir. Sir, I want to show you one book.
Oh, wonderful,
I
wonderful.
haven't started yet, but I got
Okay,
it.
nice. It is going to be a fascinating read, I'm sure.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And for today's session, I have written some thought-provoking questions, sir, but you have to say me whether it is a thought-provoking or not.
Okay.
And yes, shall I ask you, sir? I have
Sure,
written some
sure,
questions based
sure.
on your personal oriented and logical, analytical, and logical questions.
Okay. So you will be
And
asking me the questions and
yes,
I should
sir.
answer
Now,
them.
yes, it's other way around.
Okay. So the roles have reversed. All right.
Yes. Okay, sir. Based on your perspective, you please tell me the answers, sir.
Sure, I will try.
Okay, sir. What has been your most rewarding experience as an English tutor?
Okay. Uh, there are a couple of things I would say. When I used to teach competitive English, there were many students who struggled in scoring good marks in English paper, and after some efforts, they managed to clear the exams. And when they come to meet you after the result, and they say that because of you, I improved my English and I cleared my exam, that kind of gives me a feeling of satisfaction, and that happened many times over the last 10 years. So that is one of the most important feelings, I would say. And presently here at English-Yari as well, when I see learners improve their spoken English skills, communication skills, it gives me immense pleasure.
Okay, very good, sir. Super. Second question, is there a particular student success story that stands out to you?
There are many, actually, not just one particular, so many of them. And initially I used to teach offline, in an offline setup, so I would meet the students in person. And there are literally tens or hundreds of such stories that I could share. I think there won't be enough time for us to, we would have separate session on that.
Okay,
Yeah,
sir. We'll have another separate sessions for this alone,
yeah,
for the testimonials, for the feedbacks.
yes, sure.
Okay. So, shall I proceed, sir?
Yeah, definitely.
What changes would you like to see in the way English is taught today, generally?
uh, if we talk about the school level, I think inculcating or introducing more books which are classics, as you just pointed out, Animal Farm, and introducing them at an early age, I think
Oh,
that will help many students fall in love with this language. I was fortunate enough that one of my English teachers, he introduced me to a lot of books when I was in sixth, seventh standard, and that resulted in my journey towards English. So I think introduction of new books and good classic books, you can say, is important,
okay. Sir,
rather
how do you
than just
find? Yes, sir. Yes, please continue.
rather than just focusing on the academic grammar or uh, those rigid textbook oriented teachings.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, in school days, then how would you find time to read all those books, sir? Now my daughter is struggling to finish her homework, to read all her books, your academic books. But
Hmm.
in those days, back then, how would you find time to finish the classic books, the
I
other
think
story books, and all?
I think the schools these days are a little bit more strict when it comes to homework and academics and everything. When I was in school, we would hardly get any homework, and even if we got homework, I wouldn't pay too much attention to it because I was not a bright student academically. But I found time, I made time to read extracurricular books. So,
Okay.
fiction, non-fiction, philosophy, history.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wouldn't your parents tell you to concentrate on your academics, sir?
No.
What was their reaction when they saw you reading some other story books rather than your academic books?
My parents actually were very happy because, in fact, my parents they run a bookshop in my hometown.
Okay.
So they were more interested in exploring other books than the academic ones, and
Mhm.
they were absolutely okay. In fact, they were elated to see that I read different books than the academic ones.
Okay, here it is
Yeah.
opposite, sir. Last night, my daughter was reading her library book. My husband was saying, "Why are you reading this book? Please keep it away and concentrate on your academic." I
Okay.
told him, "Let her relax for some time." And
Hmm.
I said, while buying this book, I have brought some other book for her as well, sir. I
Okay.
have bought some other book for her. So she was reading that book. Jungle
All right.
Book. She is fond
Okay.
of
Got it.
animals and all,
Hmm.
and she has watched that Jungle Book series so many times.
Hmm.
That
Hmm.
film. So I
Okay.
have bought that book for her. Last night he was asking that question.
Yeah. I think as long as the student does decently well in academics, it should be okay because books are obviously amazing source of knowledge, information. You learn so many new things from reading books that you don't learn from the academic part.
Okay. Having said that, even her academic books, they are filled with stories, sir.
Hmm.
A number
Okay.
of stories, some thought-provoking stories, profound. We can even get profound knowledge from reading those books, but they are not interested in reading in their academic books. English
Okay.
book, especially, sir. English
Hmm.
book, it's awesome. She has some comprehension, composition based on so many stories,
Hmm.
but
Yeah.
she's not at all interested in reading her
I think,
academic
yeah, I
books.
think these days the even the academic books, especially the language books, are amazing. They have a lot of variety of stories. But I think the reason why students don't generally prefer reading those academic books is there are questions associated with it. There are
Okay.
some exercises that you need to solve. So if you read the chapter, then you will also have to answer some questions based on those chapters.
Okay.
So that could be the burden uh,
Okay.
which forces them to read other
Yes.
books.
They no longer enjoy the reading, sir.
Hmm.
They must be in some sort of pressure. After reading this, I have to answer the questions. I have to
Yes.
write some paragraph about this story. Yes, you're right, sir.
Maybe. I'm just guessing. I'm not sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So fourth question. Which skill do you find most difficult for students to master? Speaking, listening, reading, or writing?
At the student level, I think writing is difficult because I have seen some students write mails or emails or letters, and I find the language to be a little bit immaturish, I think.
Okay.
So, because of course, writing skill comes with a lot of practice. At an early age, speaking skills are picked up very fast. Reading also happens very quickly. Speaking, reading, it happens very quickly. But writing in a very decent manner, grammatically
Mhm.
accurate sentences, using proper structure and flow to the paragraphs. Because what happens is mostly we think in a certain way, and if we write exactly what we think, the written paragraph doesn't sound correct or it doesn't feel right to read. You have to think differently while writing.
Mhm.
So I think writing skill is the most challenging.
So could you arrange the difficulty like
Right, writing is the most
in
difficult because essay
descending order?
write, yeah, the most difficult would be writing, then speaking comes next, and then reading I think would be the last.
Listening stands in
Listening is also there, right? Listening, I think somewhere between 2 and 3, because
three
you have to
yes.
listen carefully. It's not just listening without any focus. If you don't listen
Mm.
exactly what is being said, then you don't comprehend well. So I would say listening second spot,
Second spot. Writing,
then
listening.
speaking, and then
Fourth
reading.
one is reading. So you are saying
Easiest.
reading is somewhat easy for them.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so if you could change
Hmm?
one thing about the English language, what would it be?
Nothing. I
Nothing.
don't know. I mean, no, I wouldn't
Oh,
change anything because every language has its own beauty, I feel. And we have to accept everything with its flaws and with its beauty. So if we try to change, if we try to meddle too much, then it kind of loses its beauty.
okay, sir.
Yeah, and I think it goes with everyone and
Yes,
in
it's a
people.
subjective.
Yeah, yeah, it's subjective.
Fine, sir. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought you would say something regarding pronunciation or idioms, memorizing idioms and something, sir.
No, no, nothing. I wouldn't. I mean, it's not compulsory to use idioms every now and
Uh,
then. If you
okay.
manage to use idioms, your language becomes a little bit more interesting to listen to. But you can obviously communicate without using any idioms as well.
Idioms is
Yeah.
okay. If it was asked, then I would say spelling mistakes.
Okay.
Like I am okay with spellings, and even my husband, he sometimes asks me, "What is the spelling for this word, that word?"
Okay.
So I would eradicate that thing from English language. You can write based on your sound.
Okay. So you want to have any random spelling, it's just that the sound should be matched.
Yes, like
Hmm.
psychiatrist, psychology.
Psychiatrists. Silent letters.
Silent letters, and
Hmm.
sometimes we don't know whether R is there or not. It is always
Okay.
silent when it comes in between or at the
Hmm.
last.
Okay. Nice.
Okay, sir. Okay. Would you rather teach a group of beginners or advanced learners? Why?
Okay. This is a difficult one actually. Both situations have its own pros and cons. uh, it is easier to teach advanced learners because you don't have to explain everything in detail, and the depth of the conversation is pretty much more. At the same time, it's fun with beginners.
Fun with beginners.
Yes, the conversations are fun, the mistakes that they make, they are in a way humorous, and then we have some interesting time. If I were to choose only one, now this is actually coming from my
Yes,
career
sir.
background, that I have always taught students who have already completed their graduation, post graduation, preparing for some competitive exam. So I have always had this experience of teaching advanced learners. So I would
Advanced.
go with advanced learners.
Okay, this is my own question, sir. Sir, have you ever thought that after teaching them, even I am getting diminishing, I am diminishing my level, I am getting their accent, their way of speaking? Have you had
When
this
you when you
kind of
learn
thought?
when you teach a big beginner group,
Beginners or advanced learners or intermediate learners, sir, have you
mhm.
ever had this thought that I am actually transforming myself as them?
No,
I
I
am
don't
just
think so
repeating their
because
accent like this.
mhm. It there could be a tendency of picking up some words here and there, but as long as you are conscious enough and you continue with your own preparation, I think that doesn't affect too much.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, it's not like sport. It happens in sport. For example, I used to play badminton, and if I played badminton against a player who plays better than me, my game always is on the higher side or on the better side. But if I play 2 3 matches with someone who plays at an amateur level, then I realize that my game also is deteriorating.
Okay.
I become more complacent,
Okay.
or that affects. I think that happens in physical activities mostly,
Mhm.
where muscle memory or reflexes are involved. I don't think that happens in English. I'm not
Okay.
sure.
Okay. So, what would they think, sir, when the better player play with the ordinary people?
Hmm.
So, if they get this thought, then whom do they find, sir, to play? They would expect the better player always.
Always, this is a dilemma that you always have to look for better players. And obviously, if you are struggling and you are playing against a better player, if you think from his or her point of view, they are again compromising on their level.
Yes.
So that is a dilemma that persists every time. There is
Mm.
no final solution to it.
Okay.
Uh,
Okay, sir.
yeah.
Okay. If you could travel anywhere to teach English, where would you go and why, sir?
Maybe some island country, maybe a country where there is no crowd, there are no big cities or anything like that.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe some
Like
island country.
Switzerland, island country.
Yeah, maybe some island, small little island country.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Okay.
I
So you
wouldn't
don't
want.
want to get any noise and you want to
I
teach
don't.
them.
No, exactly. I don't like noise of the city.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay, sir.
But having said that, we live in a digital world. We live in a ever connected world. So I can sit at in any corner of the world and then teach students through
Mm.
the internet. Yeah,
Yes. In physical form, I asked this
in
question.
physical form.
Let's
Yeah.
yes.
Again, some
Form.
maybe some rural area, some island country somewhere.
Mm-hmm. Okay, sir. Two more questions are there, sir. Shall I proceed?
Sure. Yeah, yeah. Please.
Which English book or author has influenced you the most?
Bertrand Russell, the philosopher. Uh, he
Book
has a
name is The Philosopher, sir.
no. He is a philosopher. He
Okay.
was a philosopher rather in the 20th century, and he has written many books actually. And one of his finest books that I found was The Conquest of Happiness. Apart from that, The Conquest of Happiness.
Okay, sir.
Apart from that, I found Marriage and Morals quite fascinating.
Name
Uh,
of the book is
Marriage and Morals.
Marriage and Morals. Okay, sir.
Yes. Then there is a collection of short essays called Unpopular Essays.
Unpopular essays. Okay.
And in that, there are many different topics or many different essays on various topics. One
Okay.
of those essays is an outline of intellectual rubbish.
Oh,
So that is another essay that I thoroughly enjoyed.
okay, sir.
So his
Light.
writings have influenced.
Okay, sir. Light from different lamps. Have you come
No,
across that book so far, sir?
no,
No.
no.
No. Okay, it was said by Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, and he
Okay,
had sustained that book for almost 50 years.
okay.
Light from different lamps.
Who's the author?
Sir, I have written in somewhere else, sir. I'll see and tell you, sir.
Okay.
Light from different lamps.
Okay,
He
I'll
had
maybe.
secured that book for almost 50 years, and he found that book in
Okay.
old bookshop, and he binded that book so many times. He said
Okay.
it was my treasure.
Nice. So the book must have been in a dilapidated state when he purchased.
State is, sir. Yes.
Nice.
I was searching that book also when I was buying this
So
book. It
did
was
you
not
find
there.
it?
No, sir, it was not there.
Okay. Maybe you will find it on e-commerce websites,
Yes, sir.
Amazon
But
or
I
something.
don't like to get it from those online. I want to
Okay.
go and see the page, turning the page, the sound,
Nice.
everything.
Wonderful. Animal Farm, I think you will, if you start reading, you will finish it off in 2, 3 hours. It's
Yes,
that
I'm actually
captivating.
okay, sir. Okay. After this session, I'm going to do that.
Make sure you have 2, 3 hours on your hand because
That is
you,
the big thing.
it's very difficult to let it go or very
Oh,
difficult to keep it once you start
you are
reading.
increasing the curiosity.
Because I read it in one sitting. I read it in
Okay.
like 2 hours, 2, 3 hours. And
Okay, sir.
I've read the book multiple times. I've read it like 7, 8 times. And
Mm-hmm.
every time you read, you understand a different perspective to his writings. George Orwell, one of the most lucid writers, I would say.
What is meant by lucid, sir?
Lucid means easy to understand,
Easy to
very
understand.
easy to comprehend. He doesn't use complicated words.
Mm-hmm.
The sentence structure is simple and it just keeps you hooked.
Cool. So wherever I go, I just keep this book and go, but I'm not at all studying. I'm not at all learning. I don't find time. That is the main thing.
Okay. After this book, I would also recommend you to read 1984,
1984.
written by George Orwell himself again.
Okay.
And it's actually a dystopian world, an imaginary world where the government some kind of government is there and they are controlling each and every aspect of people's lives. They are keeping an eye on everything, what you're eating, what you're wearing, who you're talking
Oh,
to, everything. And he wrote that book in the 1950s, and then he imagined a future in the 1980s. So it is
okay.
like 30, 35 years later, there will be such a world where everything will be uh,
Monitorized,
monitored, or
monitored.
we will be under surveillance all the time. All the people will be under surveillance. So it's an imaginary dystopian world. Yeah.
Mhm. Was that happened, sir?
No, no, no. I mean, it did not happen, but there are many things that were influenced by that book. For example, the TV show Big Boss or Big Brother,
Oh, okay.
right? Where they all the contestants stay in one house and they are always
There was.
monitored through cameras. They what are they saying to each other, and then there is one imaginary person speaking to
Mm,
them, and they refer to him as Big Boss.
mm.
Yeah, that comes from 1984, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Last question, sir. What is a
Yes.
common misconception students have about learning English?
That you require English schooling or English education to learn English faster. I don't think that is the case. It is all about efforts and your sincerity to the subject.
Okay.
I have seen one of my seniors actually. When I met him in 11th standard, he was in 12th and he could not frame a single sentence in English.
Okay.
And he was struggling severely. But then he took upon it as a challenge, and then within 6 months, he was speaking English as fluently as a British person would.
With the same accent, sir?
Not with the same accent, but with a huge amount of accuracy and amazing words and amazing
Words.
vocabulary.
Mm.
Yeah. He later went on to become a professor in some college. He did not teach English as such, but he presently is working as a professor. But I saw the transformation within 6 months because he would study English for 8 hours, 10 hours a day.
Okay.
Listen
What
to
was his
English.
practice, sir?
Sorry.
What was he doing in order to become like this?
He used to listen to YouTube videos. He would read a lot. He would try to understand the communication skills. He would learn grammar from anyone who he thought spoke well.
Mhm.
So always trying to grasp knowledge.
Okay, it mustn't be a customary toys. He must have done some other relevant work based on his
Yes,
interest.
yes. Of course, he later pursued mathematics, but he studied the language with a lot
That the
of
same
diligence, a lot of hard work.
diligence. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
diligence is
Yes.
hard work.
Hard work.
Yeah.
Okay. And today I have posted our video, that vocabulary video, sir.
Oh, okay. Did you post? I did not get a chance to see actually.
Okay, okay,
I
sir.
will
The
check it
same,
out.
sir. Yes, yes. And I have mentioned the words, vocabulary words in our screen, that screen as well. I
In the
don't know how.
subtitles.
No, sir. In the subtitle I have given, but other
Okay.
than that, I have mentioned the word along with the synonyms.
In the description of the video.
Is while the video is running, while we were
Oh, okay,
discussing
okay,
the
okay.
words, I
So you've
just
added it, edited
noticed,
it. Hmm.
edited. Yes, sir.
Nice,
I
wonderful.
have put that word along with the meaning synonyms, and in description I have mentioned that word with the example sentence.
Nice, wonderful. That's an amazing exercise.
Is
I will
let us
just check
see.
out after this session. I'll check out the video.
Okay, sir. That's all, sir. Then I have a couple of questions based on analytical and logical that we
Okay.
can discuss later, sir, in our
Sure,
next
we'll discuss
session.
later.
So, is what's your feedback about these questions?
Nice, wonderful, thought-provoking questions. Some of them were very difficult for me to answer. I never gave them, or I have never thought about it. What you
Okay.
asked, the difficulty between or the choice between teaching advanced learners or uh,
It's
beginners.
basic
Yeah.
learners is. I had this thought since morning, so I was thinking what to ask and how to engage this session in a good manner. So I had some questions. So before this session, I was writing all this.
Okay. Nice, wonderful questions.
Thank you, sir.